we live within the biological world, but we aspire to something beyond the biological. We don't wish to live on the same level, on the same plane of existence as a monkey. And we believe we should be able to do something beyond that. The question is, where do you discover how to go about doing this? In other words, where does the information come from? The answer is, just as DNA was information that had to come from without the system, had to be taken from beyond the system and injected into the material world in order to create life. In other words, for physics to become biology. In the same way, for biological human beings to become human beings that live on a plane and in dimension beyond the purely biological, that requires an input of specific and profound information which is beyond the realm of biology. It cannot come from within the realm of biology. In other words, it cannot be invented by a human being. As Rambam writes in Moreh Nevuchim, you can look at other religions, he says, he's referring to Christianity and Islam essentially, but you could also mention others that tried to emulate the Torah, Judaism, in different ways. They took different aspects of the Torah and they tried to create similar systems in some way, but they don't work, because he said it's like comparing a beautiful statue of a human being in marble, which is a work of art. It's absolute genius. It almost looks alive. It's so real. It's so artistic. It's so talented was the sculptor that you could almost think that this marble statue was alive. But if you have any sense, you know that it's not alive. You know that it's just a hunk of stone. If you were to think that you can compare that to a living human being who looks roughly the same as that statue, but who's an active, living, thinking, breathing human being, then you would be a fool. So says Rambam in Moreh Nevuchim. Anyone who thinks that our Torah can be compared to these other human systems is like someone comparing a marble statue to the real thing, to the real McCoy, the real human being. Even in physiological terms, the marble doesn't have blood vessels. There's no circulation of blood or oxygen, and no assimilation of nutrients, etc. That doesn't happen inside of a marble statue, obviously. So even on that level, the difference is immense, beyond comprehension, almost. He says the same is true in the spiritual realm. The Torah is divine information given to the Jewish people who live in the biological realm, in order that they should be able to rise above the biological realm, not deny their biological existence. The Torah doesn't suggest that we live in opposition to the natural world. Christianity does, for example. Christianity says that a priest has to be celibate, or used to say, or some sects of Christianity make such a claim, correct? But that is to deny the essential biological nature of the human being. That's not correct. It's not normal. It doesn't work. And we know also the results, the outcomes, the number of young boys abused in various churches speak for themselves. The Torah never directs us to live against, in total opposition to the biological world, but it does direct us to rise above the dictates of biology. In other words, true human civilization, which is Torah civilization, because any other form of civilization is just a highly sophisticated chimpanzee type of civilization. In other words, the basic parameters are the same. The only type of civilization, of human culture, of human existence, which exists on a different plane altogether, is that which Just as DNA transformed inanimate into animate, so that the Torah transforms the biological existence of the Jew into a plane of existence which is beyond. It's also connected to and within the world of biology, but it's also beyond the world of biology.